So even though I have seen A Christmas Carol, I've actually seen it at the Old Vic 3 times. I
Oh
don't know
wow.
why. Do you know what? It's because every time it's on, I always want to take like my uncle or somebody to watch it. It's
Yeah.
such a nice, I think, a nice kind of nostalgic play. But
Hmm.
for anybody that hasn't seen A Christmas Carol or does not know the story, would you be
Yeah.
able to, in just a few words, summarize what A Christmas Carol story is about?
Of course, of course. A Christmas Carol to me is about being able to it's about redemption. I say it's about redemption.
Mhm.
The word is redemption for me. However, it's also exploring different avenues and areas of who you possibly can be because we all have a life and we all live it and we all make mistakes and we do different things. We have different opinions, different beliefs, everything like that. At the end of the day, um, what like when it comes down to it, what's your morals? Where does your heart sit? Where's your heart placement? And no matter how wrong the wrong decisions you've made, or no matter what path you've gone down, at the end of the day, what is the final decision? Like, what's the last thing you do? Um, and I know I didn't really summarize the play, but it summarized how I received the play. Because yes, it's about Christmas and it's about love and joy, at the end anyway. And it's about taking us through Mr. Scrooge's life and where he started off when he was younger and the trauma that he experienced when he was younger, going into adolescence and having that relationship with his father and his family and people around him, and then going into the latter parts of his life where you see how that trauma has shaped him as a person and he's become this kind of Scrooge, like, as we know Scrooge to be cat person. And then the spirits, the ghosts come and tell him about it and tell him where his life will go if he continues this way. And based on that, let's see what happens if he decides to change who he is or he decides to continue down that path. And because there's always that crossroad where you have to decide, am I gonna do the right thing, or am I gonna continue down the path of what I'm doing? And Scrooge has to decide.
You've actually summarized it perfectly. And
Mm.
it's one of those stories, I think, where everyone will learn a lesson at the end, and hopefully it will pull on people's hearts to make the right decisions in their own
Yeah.
lives rather than
Mm.
become Scrooges. Because it's very easy to become caught up in your own traumas, your own pain, and become
Mhm.
bitter. You played two characters, but
Yes.
the main character, I believe, is Ghost of Christmas Present. And I wanted to know what attracted you to play Ghost of Christmas Present. I'm also going to say and Mrs. Feswig as well, but
Yes.
Ghost of
Yeah.
Christmas
Ghost
Present.
of Christmas Present. What attracted me to play Ghost of Christmas Present? To me, Ghost of Christmas Present sounded like the voice of the people. She very much speaks for the nation when she says, especially with everything that's going on in the world, everything around the world, different situations, scenarios, um, the I don't know if I can mention this, but I'm mentioning it anyway. All the deaths, the killings, and if you talk about Cameroon, Nigeria, Sudan, Congo, all these places where there's what I will call a lot of evil, a lot of is happening. And present is the voice of the people, where she's like, um, regardless of them not having as much wealth and riches, does that make them less? Like, does that make them, you've taken from them, you've stolen from them, and then you've kind of pinned all responsibility on them. You haven't taken any responsibility for yourself. You don't care, neglected them, belittled them, dehumanized them, treated them like nothing, and then you've said, and now deal with that. And I'm that voice to be like, this is going to come back and bite you if you don't change, if you don't fix it, if you don't do something different, if you don't give back, if you don't change your ways, change your heart posture, it's not going to end well for you. You're going to go to a very dark place. And that's who President is. And that's why I was like, you know what, this role's a bit of me because she is she's very powerful. She doesn't take nonsense. She doesn't really the other ghosts, they're very much trying to win him over, and she's like, listen, it's this or this. I'm not trying to win you over, I'm trying to tell you the facts. And that drew me to that because there's so many strategies and techniques to try and sway someone or try and tell someone the truth or tell them what's happening or tell them how to, try and soft some people softly come to you, be like, oh, come on, let's try and do the nice thing. And there's some people that are like, listen, I'm tired of trying to do nice. It's time to just like tell you the facts and we have to do it right. That's what drew me to Present. Because I'm quite direct and blunt with how I say things sometimes too, like Present. So I was like, yeah, that's nice.
But everyone needs that character in their lives, to be honest with you. If more people had the ghost of present in their life, someone more direct, I think things would be so much better in the world in general. People just have flip-floppy, like people telling them things. And the voice of the people is the voice that is so important, especially right now, more than ever.
Absolutely.
So I can totally see why actually the Christmas present, you would be drawn to the Christmas present because it is such a powerful and important role. Ghost of Christmas Present usually is seen as the heart of the story. How
Mhm.
do you interpret the character, your character beyond the jolly exterior?
Oh, it's interesting that the jolly. It's funny. To me, I'm like, she's not very jolly, but fair enough. How do I, beyond the jolly exterior? She's also, okay, because I don't receive her as that jolly,
Mhm.
even though she is. Think deep down, she's very loving, she's very care. That's why she has so much passion, though, because she is loving, she relates. She has that warmth behind her. She has that love. She has the big heart. That's why she says things the way she says them. That's why she's so direct. That's why she doesn't want to try and soften it. She's like, boom. Joy? I wouldn't say she's joyful. She wouldn't say she's joyful. So personally, I wouldn't. She's very conniving. She in a sense that she's very calculated in her movements and her steps. And the other two ghosts are they are a bit more trying to sweet him a little bit. Whereas Presence very much like, you know what, it's your choice. If you don't change, I know where you're gonna go. And I'm here because my sisters told me that we need to work as a team and this is my part. If you don't want to change, that's your business. But I'm here to do my job. That's how for me present is, yeah.
Because when I was thinking of joy, I was thinking of some of the Christmas Carol films that I've seen, and they change
Mm.
how Christmas present can be. Like there's the Muppets Carol, or there's like some old school ones. When you're kind of trying to find Christmas present for yourself, do you find it did you find it difficult to kind of find your own version of Christmas present without kind of being swayed by the films or cartoons or books that kind of show the Christmas present in different ways?
Not at all. Not at all. Um, the script very much says it all. First of all, little secret, I never watched Christmas Carol on stage on in the Old Vic or any other Christmas Carol. Yes, I've seen the film and all that, but I hadn't seen any of the stage adaptations of it at all. So me coming in, I came really with fresh eyes, fresh mind, fresh understanding of it. But I also, with anything that I do, I read the script and I receive it how Kibong would receive it. How if I was to, put this character on stage or make this character come to life, how would I do it? What do the words say to me? Even if someone else done a performance a certain kind of way, I just have this thing of being able to filter it out. I don't know how. I don't know how, but it just filters out, and I don't really use that as inspiration. Like it was nice watching it, and I'm grateful that that person's talent and gift and whatever they brought to it. Everybody has their own view. It's like we're all seeing this thing, but we all come in with a different lens, and my lens is my lens. So I didn't get swayed by any of the the interpretations at all. I saw I don't remember which adaptation it was. The character was quite jolly and big, and definitely had some gravitas to him, but it was very jolly and big and everything. Um, but when I read the words of the adaptation of I'm gonna excuse me, read my notes. Jack Thorne. The adaptation by Jack Thorne. That's who the adaptation that we're doing at the Old Vic. The adaptation by Jack Thorne. His words very much I saw the character with the words. I didn't have to use any other inspiration from the old the recorded version or the animation that I watched.
It's even more you bringing your character to life, which is really awesome. Actually, if there's a specific moment in the play that you are most proud to share with your audience and why.
Does it have to be me, my performance, or can it be anyone else? Can
And
it
it
be
can be any.
okay? I think it would be the moment. Maybe it's because Paul does such a great job, you know. But I think it'd be the moment where Scrooge goes from completely rejecting responsibility to his heart just like opens. It's almost like he's been what do you call when they resuscitate it?
Oh, like shock therapy.
Yeah, like you know, like when you're like you're basically dying and then they you back to life. Whatever word that is. That moment happens to Scrooge, and you in an instant you see his change of heart. Like you see everything that the ghost had done, everything that we had done to try and to influence him or to try and open up his eyes or open up his heart, open up his mind to change and difference and growth and and humanity and just being a you know care love all these things which he had rejected for so long because he was in pursuit for also riches money materialistic things that was what his pursuit was and he didn't understand or comprehend that life is beyond materialism. There is more to life than that. And the moment that that happened to him, where he was like almost like resurrected, um, that change is almost instant. It wasn't like gradual over the play. It was literally like, nah, get out, I'm done, da, 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 to boom. And he's like, I I love everyone. Like I love Christmas. I love this day. I love giving. I want to get like yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm sure people understand know the story. Anyway, if they don't, yeah, it's but he just now he wants to share everything that he'd worked so hard for, and whether it wrong or right way he done it is what it is. But he wanted to share everything with everyone and give back everything, and I think that is yes, we have history and we've done bad things. All of us, every single person in this world, we've all have that those things that we've done that and those traumas that we've all experienced. But in this moment, what do we decide to do? And he decided to do the right thing, and that makes me really happy because it also restores faith in humanity for me. Understanding that there may be world leaders out there who've made very bad decisions and they've, you know, hurt a lot of people. But at the end of the day, there's still that redemption and they can still do the right thing. As long as they're here breathing, they can still do the right thing. They have that chance, the opportunity to do the right thing. So that's what my favorite part is, seeing that there is the possibility for everyone to do the right thing and to have that change in heart, even if it's a last second, you can do the right thing.
That is very true. And actually, that is a very nice part of the whole play. Most probably my favorite part as well, to be honest with you. And also
Hmm.
the way Scrooge, when he has that kind of change, it's not even like he needs to now think about his actions. He's like, no, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to do everything good. Take this. You
Hmm.
want that? Have it 10 times. Like, he's
Yes.
not even thinking about his pockets getting
Hmm.
smaller. He's like, no, have it all. Go crazy.
Hmm.
And that
Yes.
is, it's really nice to see. I think there is a generosity to the Ghost of Christmas Present in the fact that she wants to kind of give Scrooge the opportunity to do better, which I
Hmm.
think is very generous of Ghost of
Hmm.
Christmas Present. But what's your
Hmm.
favorite way to spread a little Christmas cheer in real life?
Oh, this question I love. Oh, my favorite thing to share in real life. Okay, so what I do, and this is I'm so happy you asked this question. Honestly, um. So what I do is I have my own pocket, and the people that do know, they do contribute. But I'm not asking for contributions. I know it's really hard. Everything's difficult. But I actually create these little care packages. I order socks, flannels, soap, vitamins, deodorant, also make some food, usually rice and chicken, some jollof rice with some chicken, and I bake as well. So some cakes, different kind of cakes, Kinder Bueno cakes, Oreo cakes, all kinds of cakes. And I go on the street. I take my little wagon. I have a wagon that I go out and I go to Croydon, go to Brixton, go to Peckham as well, and I just hand out these little care packages to homeless people. It's a lot of work and it takes a toll on the body, but I love doing it because we do need to help each other. It is hard out there. And if I am blessed, if I receive blessings, we have to I believe this is me. It is our job and our duty as human beings, fellow human beings, to help each other. I don't believe that I was sent here to just have my food and fill my own belly and be full and sit here by myself. It's to share, it's to help, it's to give. And so I love doing it. Again, it's really difficult, but I get all the packages and I love packaging things. I love giving like that's just my thing. I love packaging things. I love doing this thing. So giving those little care packets and just walk around the streets and also just creating bonds with people. Some of these people they don't even have people to have conversations with. So having some conversations, I understand there is a risk in doing that, you know, going out there, especially as a female in this world by myself, literally just dragging a wagon. But honestly, I just pray. I pray and I pray that by the grace of God, everything is fine. And I've never had a problem, never had an issue, never, ever. Um, I love doing it. I do it for my birthday as well. So on my birthday, because this is what brings me joy. It generally fills my heart with so much joy. Having those conversations, seeing people smiling, just understanding you. I just it's such a tiny thing to me. Like, you know, to me it's so small, but to them it's like a life-changing thing. So that's what I do. Also, there's some donations to the Old Vic as well. They actually raise money for Feeding Britain and UK-based charities that works to eliminate hunger across the country. So the same thing I love to do.
Yeah.
Old Vic, the donations go to Feeding Britain and UK-based charities that eliminate hunger across the country. And since Christmas Carol opened in 2017, the Old Vic has actually raised over 1.7 million to
Wow.
various organizations aiding poverty and food deprivation. So donating that I yeah donating to the Old Vic as well helps if you don't want to if I don't like want to carry myself out there because I know this year I'm being show so I can't necessarily go out on the street and do that, so any money that I would have put towards doing that for the homeless I would just give it to the Old Vic because I know it's going towards the same cause.
That is really beautiful. And I want to ask you actually something because I'm sure people would want to get involved. People reached out to say they wanted to join you. Would you be up for it?
Absolutely. Oh my God. Absolutely. You know what? My cast, because they will ask me one of the weekends, I was shattered in rehearsals, right? And they
Yeah.
were like, Kibong, like, what do you do on the weekend? And I was like, oh, I just went out and I was like, you know, done these little package. And I showed them a video because I had a video on my phone about like what I was making and stuff like
Yeah.
that and everything. And they're like, I want to donate. I want to donate. And I was like, oh, I wasn't doing it for donation. I was just showing you that, like, no, but I want you, like, I want to, like, I appreciate what you're doing. So, and I would love the help. Again, anybody that actually wants to step out of the house and actually come and help, oh my godsend. I would absolutely receive it wholeheartedly. And if I can make this as big as possible, I would. Like, if anyone, I'm not the best at like putting that out there. So I know I can stand on the stage and say lines and become a character, but honestly, trying to put my own self out there, I find very difficult. But I would absolutely receive the help with my whole heart. I would love it.
You should. What could people contact you via Instagram?
Absolutely. Contact me via Instagram. Um,
What's your
if you
Instagram?
DM me, yes, my Instagram. Let me pull up my Instagram because I can't
Because
remember
it's
the one
such a
on the
great cause. I mean, I'm actually going to also message you to ask you if I can do it because I do mini care packages, but just to people in where I live. But what
Yeah.
you're doing is really lovely, and I would love to like do night times, but I'm always just apprehensive to go out late on my own. So I would
Yeah.
follow you, and I would happily do it alongside you if you were ever interested.
Absolutely.
No pressure.
When I mean 100%, like my Instagram is Kibong_Tanji. So that's KIBONG_TANJI. I'm sure if you just put Kibong Tanji, it'll come up. I doubt there are that many Kibong Tanjis out there. That's my Instagram. If you DM me, I will absolutely respond. Whoever it is, DM me and I will send a little message and we can do it. I would love to because going out as a group, like, you know, having conversations, talking, getting to know people, but also sharing the want and desire to give is a beautiful thing. So I would love to, if whoever out there, including yourself, I would
Yes.
absolutely do. Hmm.
Oh yeah, listen. Now you've said it,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do it now. I'm glad that you've told me that because that's made my day. What has been the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself in the role that you are in?
The most surprising thing I've learned about myself in this role is that I was my own worst enemy. I was the one that held myself back from doing many things. Up here stops you from achieving a lot when you sit in it for too long. And in this role of present, I have I have forced myself to take risks that I wouldn't have taken before.
Mm.
to take risks that wouldn't have taken before. And in taking those risks, I I realized that unspoken bondages were broken. That I didn't even that I thought, oh no, it just is what it is. But the truth is, it's majority of it was a blockage here. And once that was once it was I was like, oh, I can do it. Like I can achieve these things. I can do these things. Then it's like an open door. Like, now you like I'm like, "Oh, okay, you can do it. Whatever is stopping you from do it. Just do it. Just come and do it. And in the role of present, present has allowed me to explore so much vocally, physically, mentally.
I think it's important when you play a character that allows you to think like that, allows you to realize actually you don't have to be your own worst enemy. You can believe in yourself, and
Mhm.
I think Ghost of Present really, for me anyway, it makes me think actually it's a second opportunity to just to now do you. Why do you think people keep coming back to watch A Christmas Carol every year? Because it comes around every single year and it
Mhm.
sells out so quickly. People absolutely love
Yeah.
it.
First of all, the story, the depth, the meaning, everything behind it, the writing, the direction by Matthew, um, and Jamie, and all the other beautiful people behind the production. But also maybe because of the mince pies and oranges that we give out. No, I'm joking.
That is a
Maybe
bonus though. It's a
it
bonus.
is it's truly magical. It is a magical show. I've never seen it, but being and people tell me when you see Kibong you're gonna cry, and I'm not really a cry like that. But there's been times in the room where I can feel the tears right here, and I've been like, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. um, but so I can understand like with everything else that happens because it's everything comes to life. Like apparently, again, I haven't seen it, but there's food that comes flying in. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Food comes flying in, snow,
No.
everything. Yeah, like, and I'm excited to see it. So I think people are generally the life, the love, the message, the joy. I think it also one thing it's done a lot for me is watching the story, the parts that I'm not in, I get to observe, or the parts I'm even in, and I see the trauma of the relatability because I see the trauma of Scrooge, and you go, ah, that, and you see how he's shaped because of it, and you reflect on your own life. You're like, these things you're shaped because of these things that happen in your life, and you think about yeah, and it just makes you deep. A lot of things. So I think that's why people come back because it draws emotion from them. It draws relate like people are find they're able to relate to the character, but also see that there's hope in humanity. They see that hope at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel that a lot of people, because it's very dark sometimes. So seeing that light is beautiful.
If you could describe A Christmas Carol at the Old Vic in 3 words for someone who's never seen it, what would those 3 words be?
I would say the first word that comes to my mind is love. I would say redemption, and I would say humanity.
Love, redemption, humanity. That's really nice. I think that sums up the whole play perfectly. I now have some very quick fire questions. It's basically the first thing that comes to your brain. So my first question for you is your favorite theatre space.
First one that came to my head was Armida. So I'm gonna stick with that. I've
Mhm.
never performed there before in my life. Never ever performed there. But I've watched some performances in that space. And I've cried. I've cried. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not really a cry, But I cried in that space. I'm crying in that space. I don't know what it is about the space, but I like it. I like it. I haven't performed there, but I do like it. I do like
Your favorite theatre show. Again, it could be one you've seen, one you've been in, but one that
it.
really stands out to you.
I'm gonna say the first everything that I saw, the reason why I'm doing what I do, Memphis. It was a musical. It inspired me to go into musicals. But all the time, Dreamgirls,
Oh,
oh,
yes.
Dreamgirls has a space in my heart. But Memphis because that was the first thing that came to my head. So sorry.
I'm gonna let you have both of them. Dreamgirls, Dream
Okay,
Memphis.
thank you.
I think that's fair. Dream guest, someone you would love to see Christmas Carol. They can be dead or alive.
Definitely Viola Davis.
Mm.
Definitely Violet Davis. But Violet Davis can come see me and do anything. I don't care. I don't care. She can see me do anything. Definitely Viola Davis.
Good choice. Proudest career moment to date.
I would say playing song in recognition. So much to unpick there, but relatable in the traumas that we face as Black women. However, I also loved playing Anne in All My Sons. I did love playing her. She was because I rarely get the role of love interest. Being able to play that and sit in that very feminine energy of you know, it was really nice and doing something a bit different, especially when drama school had shaped you to be a specific kind of character, and that wasn't the love interest. It was very much Southeast London girly. So it was nice to step into that side of me that was outside of what I've been trained to do, which was really nice.
I love that. And I think that's, you know what? I think you deserve that. So I love that.
Thank you. I
I love that.
appreciate you.
I really do.
Thank
So I've got one more fire question for you, which is the person who's had the greatest impact on your career.
my mum. She's honestly the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I was gonna be a physiotherapist, you know. I was gonna do physio. I was gonna study doing physio, and I was gonna be happy in doing that. It just made sense to where I was at in my life back then. And my mum was just like, Kibong, you're always talking to yourself. You're always, singing to yourself. She's like, go and audition for this place. I heard of the Brit School. Just go and audition. Like, just go and in my head, when I was filling out these forms and I was in, I said, I'm not gonna get in. Like there are people who train their whole lives to do this thing. I'm not gonna get in. And I did. And it's because my mum, she pushed me to do it and she believed in me in a way that I didn't even believe myself. So in terms of the person, it'd be my mum that had the biggest impact in my career. And then my sister, definitely. She believes in me in a way that I don't believe in myself. But my mum was definitely, definitely,
My last question for you, Kabong, is when you're not acting or
mhm.
or singing, I'm gonna say, what do you love to do?
Hair. So
Oh,
I have my own hair business. Okay,
oh
so
my
I'm
gosh, you're a
actually, yes,
multitask.
yeah.
Multitasking
Um,
babe.
Yes, oh, you have to be in this world, you know. So my mum was a hairdresser when I was younger, and I basically just done hair with her. Like on the side, I just fell in love with it. So now I have a mobile hair braiding business where I go to outside of acting. So when I'm not doing a job, in between jobs, I go to people's houses and I give them a service in their home and I take all my equipment with me and I do treatments, I do braids, I do all kind of styles, weaves, crochets, you name it, do it for them. And yeah, I'm busy, which is good. It's good. It's hard, but it's good. Again, that service is a serving service and I love to give, I love to serve. I think that's just my nature naturally. And I love hair. I love health of hair. I love everything to do around the health of hair, especially because there's not many people out there that cater to African key curly hair. And I mean, in a way that takes care of our hair. Yes, they might be able to do it and it looks nice and everything, but the health of our hair matters.
Mhm.
And there are too many instances out there where girlies, men, all human beings with African curly hair, their hair's been mistreated, not taken care of, and by the end of the contract, they're suffering with some kind of bald spots, breakage, what you name it, some kind of something where they have to now spend extortionate amount of money to go out there and seek expert advice on how to get their hair back to being healthy. So if there was a service which I would, very happy to, educate or even also add to my own knowledge on service where we didn't just have the styles done for African curly hair, but we had the hair care, the care around the styles done for African curly hair because we need treat like we can't just be doing back to back hairstyles. It doesn't work like that. We have to take care of our hair and we have to have a service, especially in the industry, that takes care of the hair so that our hair isn't, we're not like going home and crying about how bad our hair looks and feels by the end of a contract. So, yeah, so that's essentially what I want to be doing, like is to bring it into the industry. But right now, I'm going to do mobile hair services at clients' houses that are outside, that have found me on TikTok or found me on Instagram. Um,
Wow, you do so many different things. I'm actually so impressed. And I agree with you. You know, there is not really anything like it.
Because there's always a gap as for us to fill this gap. So that's a gap that I want to fill in the industry.
It has been so nice talking to you, by the way. Um,
Okay.
I've loved learning about your character. I've loved learning about your just the nice things that you do for the world. And
Mm.
yeah, I mean, the play itself, Christmas Carol, is such a good play. And I think you are the perfect person to play Ghost of Christmas Present because you believe in such nice things. And I think
Thank
that's
you.
important.